today. From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. For Denver.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Take him down.
Derek
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack on first down, Carr, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return will stop right around the 25. The former Missouri Tiger Drew Lock will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
from the 22. Lock. This is the tight end fan. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
Throwing now is Lock. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsey. 14 carries, 84 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Jacobs with a carry on first down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Josh James.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Bryce Callahan. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll look downfield for Rowe. And he's got room. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Raiders' 40.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. Open man Hamler. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Gain of 27 on the play.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession, and he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
No gain on the play.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Carr on the bootleg. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
1st and 10.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
That one good for 10 yards. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Good running there by Jacobs on first down as he's able to take this forward for a gain of 6.
Taken down at the 40.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr completes it. They'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. Effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This will be caught just inside the 10. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful at getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball carrier.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Lock going to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
Blocked pass. Complete to.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. So that keeps moving.
The 20. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jerry Jeudy, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt the return. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs 3 tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having a good kind of game.
And Mike, they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First and 10.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Not much there, only a yard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Lindsey, the Bronco ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. Brings up second down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
12 yards on the play, but it's third down.
Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
4-yard pickup on the
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Lock now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 3 yards to gain there. Second down.
complete.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
And it's third down.
From midfield, here's Locke. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Jerry Jeudy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This is taken just shy of the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. How will the head coach and his staff prepare approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? A little bit of fly on the wall for this one, though.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 31.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Lindsey. It's a run to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Corey Littleton on the tackle. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short.
Gordon, the ball carrier.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's... The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, the good news, they got to stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
From the 24, Carr. Man open, that's hit and runs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. And he's corralled now before getting it inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
At the 34-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the Broncos' 26-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Scrimmage, and the Broncos will take over on downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon.
Number 20,
a gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
There defensively.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Airing it out for Hamilton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing the game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force an incompletion.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That's good.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he fins him off. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll bring this all the way back out to midfield.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Melvin Gordon, the Broncos.
Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gordon. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Houston on the stop. It's a gain of 6.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
He's brought down
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Another toe for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Carr's throw going to be caught by Renfro. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Carr finds Williams. Trotting. And he's across for a touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. KJ Hamler returning it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
On the tackle.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
4. And it's third down.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first down, Gordon. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Denver, it's an important win for their